Good morning, students. I am By-Basavaraja, your science teacher. Then Paris Higher Primary School, J.S.R. Extension, Chitradurga. Welcome back to online classes. Today we discuss about the nutrition in animals, 7th Starter, 2nd chapter. In this chapter, we already know that how to amoeba gets a nutrition and paramecium, etc. Today we discuss about the human digestive system. In digestion in mouth, in digestion in stomach, digestion in small intestine, and absorption and assimilations and digestions. Our body performs the steps the inside a long tube and coiled structure and called the gut or a alimentary canal. Its main parts are the mouth, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Organs that secretes digestive juice and salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, pancreas and inner wall of stomach and small intestine. Digestive system in our body. Digestive in mouth, and food is taken in the through mouth. The first part of the digestion takes place in mouth when food is chewed, and saliva is the digestive liquid and found in mouth, and the saliva is secreted by the three pairs of salivary glands, and the salivary gland we call it as a enzyme and parotid, submandibular and a sublingual, and chewing food into a small pipes and a mixes it with saliva is mastications. In functions, the breakdown the starch into a sugar and makes food the wet and a slippery. In mouth. Tongue is a muscular organ that helps up to eat and pushes food outside our teeth and towards the teeth, helps to mix the food with saliva and enable us to swallow it, and helps up to speak, and taste buds are a present. Next, digestion in the stomach. The food slides down the pancreas into the food pipe and peristalsis and pushes down a food by muscles in a wave-like motions. And stomach is a J-shaped bag and made up of a muscles that hold 2-liter food at a time. And food stays in the stomach from a few minutes to a few hours depending on the type of the food eaten, and secrete the mucus and HCls, kills bacteria that enter along with food and helps the indigestion of proteins and digestive juice. This is the J-shaped structure of stomach. In stomach muscles, the squeeze and mix the food with digestive juice. These juice break down the proteins into amino acids. Food gets a partially digested here. The food goes to small intestine where most of the digestions occurs. This is the digestive system diagram. And next, digestion in the small intestine. Last step of digestion take place here. The muscles in the acid mix the food with the more digestive juice, and liver secrete a bile juice and stored in gallbladder. The fats is converted into a fatty acids and glycerols, and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. The starch is converted into a simple sugars, and protein is converted into a amino acids. In absorption in the small intestine, the absorption of food occurs in villi. The villi here helps to absorb the food particles, and villi increases the surface area of the food, and each villus that has a network of the fine blood and capillaries close to the surface. Food absorbed on the surface passes into the blood in the capillaries. Next, assimilations. Food absorbed blood the transport to different parts of our body, which is used to provide the energy and materials for a growth and repair of body issues. In glucose, the carbon dioxide and water and energy. In amino acids, it helps to the building and repairing of a food body parts. Next, fatty acids and glycerols, it used to under the skin energy reserves. And digestions. Undigested food that moves from a small intestine into the wide tube called large intestine. Most of the waste that present in the waste are absorbed here. The waste that is solid is stored in a rectum and passed out of the body through the anus. Digestion in grass eating animals, we call it as a ruminants. None of the animals can digest cellulose, which is a major component of the food eaten by herbivores. The plants eating the animals that digest their food in 2 steps. Their stomach is divided into 4 chambers, the rumen and reticulum and amnosum and a abomasum. And first of all, half chewed food is the swallowed and it then goes from mouth to the renum, the first chamber of the stomach. Here it is acted upon the bacteria. These microorganisms digest the cellulose. This of digested food goes to the second muscular chambers, that reticulum. From the reticulum, the food is sent back to the mouth as cud to be chewed again. The chewing of the cud is called a ruminations, and such animals are called a ruminating animals or a ruminants. The cow, goat, buffalo, sheep, the bison, etc. are good example of ruminating animals. After digestion and absorption, nutrients from food are taken to the cells in all parts of the body. The cells oxidize the food to release energy. Thanks friends. Today this chapter is finished.